Hello, welcome to a video tutorial on how to import a CSV file into a database. To begin, you have to open the database. In this case, I'm using Access 2007. You click on blank database, and when this is clicked, you find on the far right an envelope like folder. So the folder here, you click on it to browse for the location of the database, where you want to save your database. So I want to save my database within the working area, and it's recommended you create a working area for every database created. So I'll click on new, then type in database, double click on it and save the database that I'm creating in it and click on OK. Great. Alright, so anytime you create a new database or data sheet, you find the table open. We not working with tables in the sense that we are not creating from scratch. We have a CSV file which is already populated, and so we have to call in that CSV file. To do that, we click on external data, click on text file. CSV simply means comma separated values. So you locate for that external data. It's within my working area on the desktop. So go to 2007 specimen paper, and that's paper 2. Double click OK, and now when you do that, you find delimited characters such as comma or tab separated each field. All right, and then you go to next. You don't do anything here. You click on next. Now we find out that at the top on this field here, we have the names at the top quietly differ from what is below. That tells us that that is the field name. So you click on first row contains field name and go to next, and then you go to advanced. Advanced give you the option to see the field names and then the data type. So you have to quickly cross check with your question to see if it contains the same information as if it contains the same information we need to work with. Now this will not move, so but I need to work with that. All right, so I have in here code, and then the data type is text. The next one is reference, and that is integer or numeric. Now I don't need to change it because whether long or short is still integer. The next one country is text. The next one current area is also number and the same as the last. The only thing that needs to change is the on, which is boolean, which is the same as yes no. So I click on that, yes no, and click on OK. Right, so I'm done with that. Now I just have to minimize this and move on to the next step. Now I click on next. Now we are asked to choose a primary key, but we don't really need a primary key for this work. So I click on no primary key and go to next. And since this is a table, I just put a TBL in front, indicate it's a table, and click on finish and close. All right, now you find out here that the table is imported without errors. Anytime you import and you find errors here, you have to go back, delete everything, close the tables, delete everything that has been imported, and make sure you check the data types to make sure it matches with the field name. All right, so we had no error in importing our table. We double click on it to open it. Now we can see that on here is in zeros and -1. However, if you look at the question, you have the on to be yes no, which is boolean. So you make sure all the time you change the yes no or any boolean to the way it appeared in the question. So from here, to do that, we click on home, view, and design view, and we click on which is a boolean, and the format here for boolean is yes or no. So to change the format here, you come to the field properties, and below that you find format, and you click on yes no, and you save. All right, so when we view the table now again, you realize that now we have no and yeses, and that answers the first part of the question here. So we are done with the first part of the question. The next thing we need to do is to take a screenshot, which is question 40. Separate a screenshot showing the field names and the data type used. So to do that, you have to go back to the design view, and here you have the field name and the data types that we have. And so we use the snippet view. So just click on that, click on new, and then take a screenshot of this part showing the field names and the data type. Open a new Office Word and then use the information right there. That is for question 40. We don't need to save that, so just minimize that. So I'll go back to the datasheet view. I'm done with question 40. Check question 41. We are supposed to insert in the following records, OCC with yes, no, no, owned. All right, so I'll just minimize this and minimize that as well. All right, so just drag this to the top. All right, so to enter a new record, you come to the part that says records, and this record holds 74. Right, so we click on the yellow arrow here that's that is at the end to take us to a blank space to enter a new record. So when we click on that, we find that pop up. So I click on CC and the tab key to take you to the name field, and that is one, the tab key, and then I have Australia. Australia, and then I click the tab key, and that takes me 330, the tab key, and then I have 790, the tab key, and I click on yes. So once you begin to type yes, ideally it should pop up. All right. So we move on again to that same place and click on the yellow to take you to the next one. And then you enter OCC again, the tab key, and U, tab key, and then I have Australia again. The tab key now is 0, the tab key again, and I have 7420, the tab key, and it's a no. Click on the arrow again to take you to the new row to enter the record. So I have OCs. Then the tab key takes you to 3, tab key Australia. Sorry, tab key. So tab key takes you to Australia. And then the tab key again, I have 0, the tab key, and I have 550, and then I have a yes. Right. Now, when you enter in the information, you have to make sure that they are exactly the same thing here. So we just have to double check to see if what we've entered is correct. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do, and everything is okay. So I've answered question 41, and then you are supposed to check your data entry for errors, and that's exactly what we've done. The next part of the question says we should save your data. So you click on save, and that is it. And that brings us to the end of importing a CSV file and then adding new records. Until we meet again, I encourage you to keep practicing, and all the best in your exams. Bye bye.